Okay, welcome to our 4D transforming robot video that will really help you build your amazing SteamFest robot that came in your SteamFest kit. We're going to get started with Mission 1. Mission 1 on this project is to pop out all of these small little pop-out pieces that you're going to find. I have already popped out a few of them, as you can see right here, but go ahead and you might even use like a pencil tool to help you pop them out. It's pretty fast, pretty easy. And yes, you have to pop out every single one. So all these over here, all these here and here and here, up here as well. All of these need to be popped out. The only thing that won't be popped out is this small door-shaped hole. And that you can just kind of leave alone for now. But I'm going to go ahead and finish popping all of these little pieces out. And then we're going to move on to Mission 2 in the next video. So get those popped out and then get ready for the next part of the video. Okay, so now we have completed challenge 1, step number 1, with popping out all the holes from our box. We're going to move the box to the side and move on to the next mission, mission number 2. And that's going to include all the pieces you see here. And the first things we're going to need are our motor and axle. And we're going to try to find this part right here. You can see it right there, a little green line. That's really important. We're going to hold the green piece on that green line right here. And we're also going to locate something on our motor. It's a little small cutout on our little red little hole here, and it's like an extra notch that we can look really carefully to see. We're going to make sure we line up this little green rectangle with that extra red notch, and we're going to find the side that has it, and we're going to go like this. We're going to push it through, making sure that that little green line goes into that little red notch that's designed specifically for it, and we're going to push it into right about here. And you'll see it should be symmetrical, so it should match on both sides. And once you have that done, we are ready to attach these pedals. And feel free to pause it however much you need in order to catch up. Now that we have the pedals, we're going to find this extra little notch cut out right there on our green little rectangle. And we're going to line up that piece with this really small extra green little chunk of plastic right here. I can touch it right there. So I'm going to go ahead and slide one onto each side. This is it's kind of a tricky little connection, so you got to push pretty hard, and you're going to push it all the way on until it snaps on like that. We're going to put one on the other side as well, making sure that this notch, the extra notch, lines up with that extra little green piece. We're going to push it on pretty hard. There we go. It's clicked into place, and you'll notice that they will not match. They will actually be facing opposite directions, so keep your eye on that. Now we can set this down. And we're going to use some scissors to cut out these small white plugs. I already cut out 6 of them. This one is actually extra, so you won't need that one. So now we're going to use these little white plugs, and we're going to place them inside these 6 holes you see right here. So go ahead. We're going to pick it up. We're going to squish these little white plugs into these holes, just like you see there. And we're going to do that 6 times. There's 3. 4, 5, and 6. Okay, now that those white plugs are in, now we are ready to lower our motor down into our little motor holder right here. So we're going to pick up our motor, and you're basically going to lower this big green rectangle down into this big rectangular space, and it will only fit perfectly one way. So we'll just try it a few different ways here. I'll see what I can do. We'll see. I just keep moving it around. I'll flip it this way. This might help. And now, ooh, there we go. Now I see it fell right into place. And you'll see there's little notches that are perfect for these little parts on here. And it lowers directly down into it, and it sits nice and smooth, just like that. Here's what it looks like from other angles. And now we're ready to lower down this little bridge piece right here. And it is going to lower down and just kind of see if you can line up these little white plugs with these holes. And after a little bit of looking it over, you should be able to do it. And then give it a good push down with your thumbs. If you need to pick it up to kind of help you tighten it. We're trying to squeeze these little parts together here. So we're going to squeeze. Make sure all the little white plugs go in. And this is now, it's basically holding our motor to our little motor holder. And now that we have that done, we're going to connect it to our box. So we have to use these green pieces right here. Notice these are the thinner little cylinders, so not the big ones. And to do that, we're going to take our board, we're going to bring it over here, and we're going to get these small pieces. We're going to put them underneath the box where these holes are right here. So we go, we go underneath, we poke them through, one right there. Let's put one over here. And they will want to slide out from underneath, just like that one just did. So just keep an eye on it. And now we're ready to lower this down. But before I do that, I'm going to feed the wires so they poke up out of the motor and little box here. All right, pull them out of here. Make sure they're poking all the way through, coming up, perfect. And now we can lower this down. These holes are going to go down onto these green cylinders, okay? Making sure that this part is inside. This is the right way. This would be backwards. Let me show you the wrong way really quick. So this is wrong. Don't do this. You want to make sure that these pieces face inward. And we're going to go ahead and squish them on. And you might want to use your thumbs to push down on these little plugs to make sure they don't fall out. All right. After we do this, we are now ready. In fact, we're going to pause it right here, and we're going to continue mission 2 right after this. Okay, we're back, and we're going to continue mission number 2, and now we're going to build these legs right here. We're going to have the toes, and we need these 4 little tacks, like little tiny nails, ready to go. I moved the project over here. This has already been completed. We have attached it to the box, and so now that is just waiting for us to complete the legs. So in order to do this, it's really simple. You're going to look at the back of each leg, and you're going to find 3 spaces. These are options to where you might like to put these little toes, and you simply insert them in. Make sure they're facing the right way. This should be on the top, and the bottom looks kind of like this. It has like the hole inside of it. And I can either put one right here if I wanted to for the heel, but I'm going to go ahead and move it right here. I'm going to put both of them on the bottom part so that my legs can stand up like this. And I'm going to go ahead and do that with this one as well. Toes facing down. Okay, now we are ready to attach our legs to our robot. We're going to have these 4 little nails ready to go for that. And to do that, we're going to use these holes in the box right here. You can see them, the large rectangle holes. And we're basically going to take each leg, and we're going to make sure that when we put them in, they're going to go in this direction, so the toes will be facing up. And we're going to put them through this side. So I'm going to feed it through. So again, the heel is angled this direction. And you're going to find, you're going to see that the leg is going to connect to 2 locations right here. One here and one here. So it's going to connect to these 2 spots using these 2 little holes on the leg. And so to do that, let me move my arm around here. We're going to go ahead, and I like to connect the first one right here first, right here with my thumb. And I'm going to slide that on. Boom, so that one's on. And then I can kind of angle it upward, and this part will go on next, just like that. And then I'm going to use the nails, and I'm simply going to push the nail into the hole, just like that. And the nail's going to hold that in there. I'm going to put one down here as well, just like that. So I'm going to do that over here. I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side, making sure the toe is facing up. Okay, so here we are finishing up mission 2, connecting the legs to our robot. Here's what it looks like so far. You'll notice that we placed the 4 nails into these 4 locations to hold both legs on. And it can kind of stand up now if I set it down, kind of cool. But we're not done yet. This is a transforming robot, and so I'm going to show you the steps you would take if you wanted to transform it into the other version of this robot. And to do that, the box has to stay open. Now, we are ready to close it if we were going to stick with this model, but let me show you how you would prepare it before you would close it if you want to go ahead and make this as well. So we're going to build these little front wheels, and all you do is you get the wheel holders, you get the wheel goes into the holder like this, and then we're going to find the flat side of this nail. And if you look, let me see if I can find a spot where I can see it. There we go. So find the flat spot of this nail. You'll see it's flat on one edge. You're going to make sure that flat edge is pointing down this direction. And we're going to push it through this hole, like so. We're going to push it through, and we're going to push pretty hard. There we go. It's almost in. Now it's in all the way. That's what it looks like when it's in all the way. And you'll see if I flip it around, you'll see it looks like this on this side, and the wheel can freely spin. So go ahead, and we're going to make 2 of these really quickly. and then we're going to attach them. So here's my second one. I put the nail through, making sure the flat spot is facing down, just like earlier. I get it started, push it the rest of the way. There it is, I heard the click, and the wheel can spin. Now that we have those completed, we're going to need 2 additional pieces from our kit. They look like this. These are the shorter cylinders. And we're going to go ahead and put these up through, we're actually going to do this. We're going to hold these over these holes like this so that you can actually see the holes on the other side right there. There's the holes. So now we have to hold it, and then we take our wheel and we push our wheel into that little space. And you'll see that this piece, they'll kind of go together, if you see right there. And we're going to push these all the way until they're pretty much squished in there really well. We're going to do this side as well. There we go. So now our wheels are in. So now this robot's actually ready to transform because it has the rolling option as well, so it can move like this with the eyeballs over here. But anyway, now we're going to continue to close this up, and in order to do that, we're going to make our wires come up, point straight up, just like this. We're then going to find this little hole right here that looks like a booklet or like a double door, like a book. And we're going to just kind of make it open a little bit by putting our finger in there, just a little bit. And then we're going to start to fold it closed. And when we start to fold our box closed, we kind of want to start to fold these lines inward on the sides here. Okay, so these will fold inward. The eyes should go inside the box, just like you see here. I'm going to fold the out part there. All right, we're looking good. So now, as we close this up, we need to take these wires, and we're going to push them so they come up out of this double door hole right here. So I'm going to go ahead and feed those wires through the hole, and there they are, coming out of the box. And as I start to kind of close my box here, you can see that this little tab is going to line up with this hole. We're going to push that tab in. We're going to make sure this side closes up. We can go ahead and close this Velcro side right here using these 3 little pieces of Velcro. Let's go ahead and do that. Here we go. So now it's Velcroed closed. And we're going to close the top half over here. And the only thing that should be sticking out of the box after we finish this, including this tab right here, we're going to finish that really quickly. There we go. So now the only thing sticking out is this big black part on the top. And we're just going to leave that alone for a second. And we're going to finish it up right down here. So make sure your wires are poking out of this hole. Now we're going to attach a few more components that we have remaining, including a small piece that looks like this shelf piece right here, as well as your switch and your battery holder, which you will find in your bag of supplies. And they're right here. Here, there we have a few loose pieces in here as well. So we're going to go ahead and use all of these extra pieces now. And we're going to take this piece and we're going to slide this shelf into these 2 little slots right here and here. You can see them. They're kind of hard to see, but once you have it in person, it's a little easier to see. And we're going to take this big flat edge right here, and we're going to push these into those 2 slots, kind of like this. So we're going to put one side in, the other side in, and it's going to look something like this for now. And we're going to actually kind of push it up inside the box. So we're kind of pushing it up so it goes inside. And then we're going to rotate this down and flatten it out. So by pulling it down, and it will actually kind of snap down, boom, just like that. So now this is how it should sit once it's attached fully to the box. And we're going to make sure our wires are out of the way. We're going to get our battery holder, and we're going to make sure we untwist these wires gently, bend them up, and we're going to attach these 2 little things right here down into these 2 holes. And it will only fit one direction, and you'll want to make sure the wires are on the opposite side as the wires that are coming out of this box over here. And now we're ready to attach a few more pieces. I'm going to get my switch. We're going to open it up. Got the switch. We're going to take these 2 parts of the switch, right here and here. We're going to push them into the top 2 holes right here. They're on the gray section right there. We're going to pop them in. Boom, just like that. And if you keep doing that, it might become loose. So once you pop that in, just leave it in there. That's perfect. All right, next up, we're going to open up our metal springs. They're in a bag like this. So we're going to open this up. You can use scissors if you want. We're going to get these, and we're going to put these springs into these 3 holes on the side right here. And when you put them in, you want to put them the skinny side down into the hole. So we push, and they'll stop about halfway, as you can see. So we're going to do that 2 more times. Okay. All right. We're getting really close. We're almost there. We're almost there. Now, I'm going to pause right here, and then we're going to wire it up, and you're going to see exactly how to wire this project. Okay, here we go. Here is the wiring for this project. It's pretty easy. To do this, all you need to do, it's kind of practice, is you take your finger, you bend the spring, and then all you do is you take the end of the wire, and I haven't told you which one yet, and you're going to put it into the side of the spring like that. This is just an example. We're going to take this back out, but this is how you need to complete the spring and the wire. So you bend the spring, you put the tip of the wire into the side, and it will bite onto it, and that's how you complete this wiring. Okay, now let's actually put these where they're going to go. So we have springs labeled A, B, and C. A, B, and C. The first things we're going to do is we're going to connect both black wires to spring A. So I'm going to go ahead and find this short black wire, bend the spring, put it into the side. Same exact thing with this black wire. It's going to travel a long distance. We're going to bend the spring. We're going to put this into the side. Now both black wires are stuck in spring A, just like the instructions. All right, next up, we're going to take our motor red wire that's coming out of the box. See, it's our shorter red wire. And we're going to put that short red wire into spring B right here in the middle. So go ahead, bend the spring, put it into the side, and then let go, and boom, it's trapped. Next up, our battery red wire is going to stretch, and it's going to go up here to spring C. So this is the battery wire going into C. We're going to bend the spring, put it in, boom, let go. Now you'll see we only have 2 wires left. The switch wires are the only things remaining. It doesn't really matter. We can put either one of these into springs B and C. So I'm going to pick this one first. I'm going to put it into B. So we'll bend B. We'll put it in. Make sure your other wire doesn't pop out when you bend it for the second time. And lastly, we have 1 wire left, and we have only 1 spring that still only has 1 wire. So let's put this switch wire into spring C, and this will complete our wiring diagram. So now if we put batteries in here and we flip this switch, it's going to turn on. These legs are going to start walking, and this robot will actually walk around using its little legs. So I'm going to pause it right here, and we're going to get some batteries. Okay, so returning back to our amazing 4D transforming robot, we have placed the batteries inside. We made sure they're facing the correct direction. So take a look at my example, and you guys can go ahead and copy it. I believe there's a picture of how to do it within this battery holder, so in case you can't figure it out. But now you'll see if I flip the switch, here's what happens. To the side. Now my legs are moving. It's a walking robot officially. And on a flat surface, it will absolutely walk around. I'm going to turn it off for now because that's a little loud noise. And I'm going to show you how to fold this section up. Now, it's not too particular on how you do this. It's kind of tricky if you're doing it on your own, boys and girls. So if you wanted some help from an adult, it might be a little easier if they help you with this step. But I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do it so you guys can see exactly how to fold. So basically, if you flip it around, you'll see all these little lines. And we're going to fold all these lines inward, basically. Almost every single one is going to fold in. So I like to kind of pre-fold each one just like this, folding all of them inward, like you see me doing. I'm going to fold them all. All of them, all the little lines, every single one. Okay, looking good. Now, the first things we're going to do is we're going to fold the 2 sides that are kind of like ears. Oh, they're over here. We're going to fold these ears inward. And so to do that, we're going to go ahead and fold this in, fold this one in, lower this section here so it looks something like this. And then we're going to lower the top half down over on top of here, and we're going to tuck these tabs into these holes. So I go ahead and do one side at a time. And this part's pretty tricky, like I mentioned. So if you do need some help, don't feel bad for getting some help on this step, everybody. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Okay, there we go. The tabs went in. Tabs go in over here, and they like to pop out sometimes. Okay, there we go. They're just about in there. And then lastly, we're going to take these two tabs, now that these are done, we're going to push them down into these holes you'll see right here. And so they simply just kind of go down, and then you might have to slide them one direction to make them stay. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to kind of push it down into this little slot here. Put it in and slide it. There we go. That's one side complete. You can see it right there, connected. I'm going to do the same thing to this side. I kind of put the front end, slide it forward, and there we go. Now once those pieces are in, we are so close. Now all we need are these two pieces that are going to form the antenna of the robot. We're going to put them in. One antenna on this side. Kind of hard to put these into the holes here. Give it a good push. Oh no, we folded the box in, no big deal. So we have to be kind of careful doing this. Here we go, we'll put this back in here. This piece pops back in. Okay, we're gonna pause it right here. Okay, welcome back to our 4D transforming robot directions. We are almost done. In fact, what you're looking at now, we see that we have completed the head. We placed the antennae inside each hole on each side. You can see them on our awesome, amazing transforming robot. I even inserted one of his arms right here. It's pretty simple to put in. In fact, I'm going to put this one in for you on camera. So all you do, you just take each arm, you pop it out, you fold these little tabs in, and then you locate the top two holes up here, and you put them in the bottom first, then you kind of squish them in, and they kind of slide up and lock into place, just like that. And so this is one version of this robot. There are also a few additional pieces that you'll see, like this one and this one. And these are for you to completely customize the look of this robot and transform it. Like I said, this can either be a rolling robot where the eyes are popping out from under here, inside this bag, or it can be a standing up tall walking robot. If you were going to do the roller, you could actually attach, you could take these arms off, just like this, take them off, and you could put these legs on, and this makes it look really cool. So you fold these tabs in, if you're using this piece right here, and then we're going to push these into the other holes that we saw on our robot, like this. And so now it looks like it is a horizontally walking and rolling robot instead of our stand-up tall. So the idea is the rolling robot is a stronger robot with more torque, and the standing up tall robot goes a little bit slower, and it's maybe not as stable because of its higher center of gravity, but still tons of fun. All right, we hope you enjoyed these directions. Go ahead and send us an email if you have any questions, or if you just want to send us an email of maybe some pictures of your family building it, working on it together. We'd love to see some results and some finished robots from all of our amazing students. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. My name is Mr. Fogg, and we look forward to seeing you guys all really soon. Take care. We'll see you next time. All right, lastly, everybody, we wanted to show you a visual of the two different versions of this robot kit so that you guys know how to transform it, not only using the instructions that you were sent, but also this video here. So this is the walking version we built together. Not too difficult. The interior is a little bit challenging, and so is the folding of the paper, but feel free to use clear tape to kind of blend things in and hold them together. Next up is the crawler version. Looks just like this. Let me show you. So this one's going to move around like this. It'll walk around and roll around on your table or any smoother surface. Looks like this from the front. And its little feet crawl forward. I did move some of the toes to down here at the bottom. So that's one change. I also added some different cardboard pieces. And some of the box remains unfolded right here, just like this piece. And as you can see, this cardboard piece kind of came off, no big deal. You can use a little bit of clear tape to really hold it down. I used some masking tape so that you guys could actually see it and notice where I tape. But enjoy these projects, everybody. Don't forget to send us some cool shots that of you guys building this with your family. And we look forward to seeing you guys again very soon, in person and virtual. Thank you from everybody at Discovering Science and all the Foggs. Thank you. Take care. Okay, welcome to our 4D transforming robot video that will really help you build your amazing Steamfest robot that came in your Steamfest kit. We're going to get started with mission 1. Mission 1 on this project is to pop out all of these small little pop out pieces that you're going to find. I have already popped out a few of them, as you can see right here, but go ahead and you might even use like a pencil tool to help you pop them out. It's pretty fast, pretty easy. And yes, you have to pop out every single one. So all these over here, all these here and here and here, up here as well. All of these need to be popped out. The only thing that won't be popped out is this small door-shaped hole, and that you can just kind of leave alone for now. But I'm going to go ahead and finish popping all of these little pieces out, and then we're going to move on to mission 2 in the next video. So get those popped out, and then get ready for the next part of the video.